What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Dueling podcast. I'm Grayson. That's Geek. I broke him. I didn't think I would break him ever, but that I got him.
What the hell was that?
I have to like beat myself up a little bit. I'm a little tired because work killed me today. Today we're talking about the Northman, or Robert Eggers film from 2022. Vikings Hamlet, basically. As I like to call it, because it is a Vikings Hamlet, quite literally. Geek is confused.
I'm just looking at things. I'm reading about people.
What people?
People. I was looking at who the two main writers were.
I don't know who wrote the film.
Well, Robert Eggers and I don't know how to say that guy's name.
You not gonna try?
No, you can't.
Is it like super Icelandic?
Yeah. Well, yes, but no. It's only 4 letters, but the letters don't make sense.
It's like AQ.
No, I mean, when you pull up the IMDb page, eventually you will see and you will know. We always pull up the IMDb page, so it was gonna.
I love that. So, for whatever reason, the IMDb page for me, whenever I pop up when I start typing IMDb, always pops with a smile. So I have looked up Smile like 7 times. I'm sure IMDb thinks I love.
I have a new question. After you look at that, when you scroll down and see Alexander Skarsgård's picture, why is dude not wearing pants? He's in a tuxedo top, like he's got the shirt and the vest and the bow tie and the jacket, and then tidy whities.
I'm going to Google Translate this.
No, that could work. It's only 4 letters, but I genuinely don't know.
Well, I wanted to tell me what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Not that what it means. I don't care what the fuck it means.
All right.
Zone.
I don't know about that.
Shown.
I don't know. Not important. Well, I mean, it kind of is. He's the writer, but kind of not.
I mean, he's one of the writers.
Yeah. I'm sure there's more than just the 2, if we're being honest, but.
Well, there's always like script doctors and stuff like that.
So I have a question for you. Is Willem Dafoe just in every Robert Eggers movie?
No, not all of them. He's not in The Witch.
Why not?
Probably because Dafoe was probably busy at that time. I have no idea. Eggers also has offered Dafoe roles in his next 2 films. I think
so is Eggers gonna retire when Dafoe dies because he can't make movies without Willem Dafoe?
He can. He's made. I think it's when Anya Taylor-Joy retires is when he's gonna die.
Well, no, because she wasn't in The Lighthouse.
That was because of scheduling conflicts. If Dafoe's not available, Anya Taylor-Joy's around. Okay, it's one of the 2. You get both of them in one film. You get this movie.
All right.
No, but yeah, Eggers has already offered Dafoe roles in the next 2 films. So
interesting.
I think it's really funny that Eggers' muse is a 75-year-old, or however old he is, like 83 or something like that, old man. How old is Dafoe? He was like 50 when he did Spider-Man.
Was he actually?
I think so.
That's nuts.
Dafoe is 69.
Nice.
He'll be 70 this year. So yeah, he was 50 basically, just under it.
Well, this movie didn't make any money.
Yeah.
It didn't even make its budget back. That's tough.
This was right after COVID.
That makes sense.
Like, this is when like they started getting movies back into theaters.
Gotcha.
Because 2021 was like always like basically streaming right away, and no one was going to theaters because COVID. And then 2022 they started putting movies back in theaters. Geek, you like Nordic shit.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
I mean,
about this?
It was fine. I mean, it's probably the best. Like, okay, I haven't watched a ton of like I never watched the TV show Vikings. I don't know if it's any good at like its depiction of the Viking era. I was struggling with figuring out when this was supposed to be set.
It tells you.
Did it? I didn't notice.
This is 986 AD.
Oh, okay.
And then like it skipped a few years, like 20 years, so it's like basically 1,000.
Right.
Because he's like a 12-year-old boy when he leaves, and then he's come back to like 24-ish, I want to say. So 12-ish.
Basically, but I don't know. I mean, it was most like I think it's of what I've seen, it's like the best, a really good modern depiction of Vikings. It's also really not like it's very weird. This movie, they don't do much.
What do you mean? They do a ton.
I mean, 92% of this movie is spent on a farm.
Most movies Eggers does takes place on a farm. I think Nosferatu is the only one that farm.
Okay, but like, okay, when it comes to like Vikings were like very well. One, we did get to kind of see a singular raid, so that's cool, I guess. Vikings really weird because Vikings not the name of a people; it's technically a verb. You weren't a Viking; you went a Viking. That like raiding was just called Vikings. Like that is actually what that was.
So what were the people who Vikinged called?
It depends. Like Nordic, just Norse, Scandinavian, Icelandic, like any of that. Technically Germanic. That's why a lot of the problems came about later. The mustache man and stealing Norse.
The Aryan stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Stealing Norse stuff and making it that.
Hey, it still happens nowadays, but so.
Right, but that's where it started, and that's why it happens. Like that's what I was. It was that guy's fault.
That dude. Okay.
But like I think that they did a really like a pretty good job of showing Vikings to a degree. So it is interesting because like most of the time most people didn't like truly worship all of the Norse gods, which this movie depicted, because the original king, I forgot his name already.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, that was not his name in the movie. That is not a very. No, his was long and.
No, because he's got like
Arvindale or whatever.
I'm scrolling up.
Arvindale.
King Arvindale Warraven.
Yeah. He like they worshipped Odin very specifically, and then Fjolnir was. They worshipped weirdly Freyr, which is interesting.
Is it the wolf?
No, that's Fenrir.
They sound. You're.
No.
Like I know. It sounds like Fenrir. So
Freyr is Freya's twin brother.
Oh, the guy I hated in Ragnarok. Got it.
Yeah, Freyr. He's the god of fertility, prosperity, peace, and good harvests. Which makes sense because they were farmers. That's actually how most, like, when it came to worshiping the Norse gods, that's kind of how it went, is most people worshipped a particular god who was like
benefiting them, yeah.
Right. So if you were a fisherman, you worshipped weirdly Thor a lot of the time. But also Njord, which makes more sense because he's the god of the sea.
So Amaleth would be like, if he actually followed the gods, would be like a tier follower.
I
would say.
No. No, I
This is
think
God of
he's
War, isn't it?
technically kind of.
Am I just getting my
No,
Ragnarok?
no,
Just
no. Ragn
this?
like he is the god of war, but technically so is Odin. But like Tyr is more the god of law, justice, and honor, as well as
So
war.
Tyr's more like Athena rather than Ares.
Kinda, yeah.
And Odin's more Ares than Athena.
Kinda, yeah. Well, Odin's more Zeus with the Ares mixed in, but also less of the fucking all the
Fucking.
humans. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The gods are weird.
I know nothing about Norse gods besides what uh God of War Ragnarok, God of War and God of War Ragnarok showed me, and
Well, and it's tough because like
Marvel.
there's only so much to know, and it was the fun thing with the Norse is we like most of what we know is just based on stories that were told to people, not stories
That's how
that were
stories.
written. Right, but like every other religion, even like the Greeks and the Romans, there's writings. We can look into what the people of the time had wrote and said. Don't have that. The Vikings didn't write it down. Everything is stories passed down, and that is why you get so many different variations of what is believed and what gods do what and how. So like there's a rough outline that everybody kind of understands, and then from there it's just kind of what for some of it what
It's
different
headcanon.
villages believed because of how their elders talked to them when they were younger compared to this village over here. And for some places they might not have known of multiple gods even.
Mhm.
Like it's for some, it might have just been Njord or just Tyr or just Freyr or whatever. Um, maybe, or maybe they knew everything. We don't know because there's no holy book. There's no individual. There's no stone you can go back to and read all about it or whatever. It's just stories passed along. So it's interesting. Who knows which depiction is right? You just kind of go
Okay,
with what you want, I guess.
fair.
It's
Um,
religion. Make it up as you go, man.
um, I mentioned at the beginning of this episode that this is basically Hamlet.
Yeah.
Because it is. This is the
Yeah.
original story of Hamlet. Shakespeare ripped their shit off quite
Oh,
hard.
interesting.
Shakespeare does quite a lot.
Shocker.
He just makes it better,
Shocker.
better.
I, where was Shakespeare
A white
from?
man,
That
an Englishman.
was he English? I didn't know.
Yeah, he's English.
Yeah. So shocker. The Englishman stealing from everybody else. I'm so surprised.
Fair. Um, so I watched a video not long ago about this movie, and the way that they talked about this was a cinephile's first favorite movie.
Interesting.
Basically, because there's all the elements of a great film. It's an amazing film, in my opinion.
Sure.
But like when you get into like the depths of like, I hate using the word cinephile because it sounds disgusting. um, like depths of being a cinephile, a person who loves movies and enjoys movies on a near daily basis or a continuous like a normal basis, is that your taste and what you look for evolves. But like, if you are starting off, this film was like your first favorite film as a cinephile because it has the elements of not an ordinary Marvel film or like a big blockbuster, but it has it has enough depth and enough like characteristics to
Sure.
be one of those like deep films that you hear like all the fucking film bros talk about. And I'm gonna be real. I didn't really get into. Sorry, the beep was my fan. It's really cold in here. I'm shaking, so I wanted
Nice.
to turn off the fan. Or I'm just talking, like my body is just like who. Um,
Sure.
um, but like when I really got into film around 2020. because of COVID, because I had to. Like, this was like one of the first films I really got into. So, not wrong, that statement.
That did not sound like the end of a sentence. You just stopped in the.
Well,
not wrong.
It looked like you weren't paying attention, so I was just like, I'm gonna end my sentence. It's not wrong, but
wait.
I still think it has a lot of merit. I think it's still a great film. I think it's one of the best films of the 2020s. When objectively speaking, I would say it's like top 20. It's still one of my favorite films of all time, though. I enjoy this film every bit, like from aesthetics to story to dialogue to dynamics. Relationships are very well developed in this film. I think they're fantastically done. What?
Nothing. I chuckled.
You chuckled. You chuckle. You chuckle at me.
Yeah. The relationships are fantastically developed. All right,
what,
man.
Are they not?
I don't know.
Are they not? Fight me.
Okay. I don't know, man.
What relationship is not well developed in this?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything to do with not being well developed. It's just more of the like when Amleth re-meets his mother and she starts trying to make out with him. Is that good development for you? Is that what you look for?
Well, first of all, it's her trying to make a play for her own skin.
Yeah, I know.
Not for like her actual intentions. But again, like this is Viking time, geek. That's considered okay back then.
Incorrect.
Geek.
No, you're thinking of the wrong group.
All of them were fucking each other.
The English who believed that was okay, not
them. All of them.
No, I don't accept.
Geek, Aryans, people from the north. Nordic
no,
people,
you're not using that word for that.
Eyes.
No, we're not doing that because that actually just no.
Aryan people, it's blue eyes and white skin, right? Blonde and blue eyes, right? Blue eyes are a sign of incest in your lineage. I'm like 99% sure that it is a thing. And and blue eyes are pretty widespread.
Yeah, no, that's fake. You're just stupid.
Am I just free into a fake headline?
It's a myth. You're believing a myth.
You believe in myth too. Religion's a myth, technically.
Sure, but this one is proven false. You can't technically prove mine false.
Okay, well, I'm just found on fake bullshit then. But still, white people are known to be family fuckers.
Yeah. Okay.
Geek is Googling.
Yeah, I'm reading lots of things because most of what you say bothers me.
Good.
What you should speak so we're not sitting here in silence while I'm reading.
Well, like the when he meets his mother for the first time after 2010, well, however fucking many years, because they say years later, don't tell us how long. Which I think is good for ambiguity's sake. Ambiguity? I can't fucking speak. But like, it shows the character of her, because when we first meet her back when he's like a young child, where you're meant to believe that she's this all caring, loving mother and wife, for her king and her prince. Like, she is in servitude, but also in motherhood. And when we meet her again, we find out that she is a conniving, snake-like woman. And it's a nice rug pull. I don't remember if that happens in Hamlet. I haven't read Hamlet since I was like 16. Because again, more confused and more astounded. I'm scared. I enjoyed the rug pull.
Well, so okay, so I'm sorry. So you kept saying Aryan, and I know how that word is viewed today. So I was looking at what that initially referred to, and I'm getting no.
Oh, what does it mean? Oh no, did I use that improperly?
No, well, you used it kind of based on what we think of it now, but so no, but also yes.
It's blonde and blue-eyed, right? Blonde hair, blue-eyed?
No, that's not what it was originally about, technically.
Please tell me the mustache man got it all wrong, and it's even better.
Okay,
It's like,
and this is based on a quick Google search, so I might be, who knows what I'm getting right and wrong here. At least I've attempted to try to know what I'm talking about instead of just saying words infinitely, Duckman.
you have me for 2 times recording today, but I'm going to just spout.
So I'm trying to make sure I've got this right.
Yeah.
Like where this was on.
Yeah.
What am I seeing? That map is
I don't
awful.
know, what are you seeing?
No, I'm just trying to figure out this map. Because initially apparently it referred to like people from Iran. That like the Iranian people were like what?
That's fucking amazing.
Indo-Iranian people, also known as Aryans, from their self-designate. What the fuck?
That's amazing. The mustache man wanted brown people, but he said he got all the white people. He's so fucking
Unless
wrong,
I'm like
stupid.
just.
I love it. Fuck that guy.
But yeah, like Iran was what? Yeah, no. So like the dated original version is that because the Nazis ruined that word,
Like
as they did with a lot of things. There's a lot of.
Well, yeah, the main symbol was a Japanese peace symbol, you know.
Yeah, and then some other symbols were Norse symbols that you can't use now. Yeah. Basically, they stole anything that they could, and then apparently just. And then they just like, I mean, I guess they always just got it wrong, like the Japanese peace symbol that became what it became. Yikes. I'm sorry. I got way too distracted, but.
No, that's fine. I want you to correct me if I get something wrong.
Yeah. I just like, I was like, I've never heard anybody actually like truly refer to any of the Nordic people in this way. Like Germanic Germanic is a word I've heard, but also the blonde hair, blue eye thing is not. That's also not really it though.
When I think about Finnish person or a Swedish person, that's exactly what I think of.
Sure, that's not.
Which is where
no. Well,
that's Norway. Nordic is North Europe. It's Iceland and Greenland.
But like like most things, like English. Blonde hair, blue eye wasn't even like the average. It was very varied, just like every other group of people.
I love how this conversation got into 1940s.
Well, no, right now it's just about whether Vikings were mostly blonde, which isn't accurate.
I don't care if Vikings were blonde.
Actually, it was most common for them to have darker hair. So, yeah.
Warmth. Evolution.
Yeah. But also, I mean, it also would depend again because, like we were talking about, one, the Vikings weren't like a singular people from a singular place. They were spread out everywhere, so lots of things. Mm-hmm. What an interesting conversation this movie has led to.
Anyways, back to the film. Back to where I was talking about before he started talking about the Aryan race.
No, you started actually that conversation. Don't.
We're gonna get age restricted so fast because we mentioned so much about Germany in the 1940s.
No, we're okay because we never said the thing.
Yeah, you did actually, but all right.
Oh fuck, I did, huh?
You said the N word, but not that N word.
No.
Oh my god, Hero's gonna love this episode.
I don't know if we can publish this episode. We're gonna have to
Oh yeah, we can.
restart.
No, we're good. But like back to that moment where Amaleth remeets his mother. I love the rug pull of that. She's basically the one who could like orchestrated
Yeah.
his father's death. Very nice rug pull. It was a very nice moment to like cement that character dynamic and why she decided to because we're under the assumption for most of the movie that she was forced to,
Right.
because Viking. But knowing that she was the one who wanted it and who made it happen is even more enticing.
Yeah. It does make it interesting. I don't know, man. I love how deeply they played into the idea of like the Norns and your fate truly being
Destined.
Yeah.
Keeps reading again.
I read the Oh, wait. Oh no, that's the actor's name. That's incredible.
Skarsgård? Yeah.
No, not him. The guy who played the He-Witch. His last name is Sigurdsson. And I was like, I thought that was like his name in character. And I was like, oh, we just missed out on like one of the most famous stories. That's it. No, that's just the actor's name, not the character. Because like the tradition of your last name would just be your like father's name and then son or daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, ooh, cool. But no, that's just that guy's real name.
Isn't that cooler though?
No.
It still has that name.
I mean, I wonder if it actually... Well, see, it wouldn't be a family name. It wouldn't be based off the actual guy, no matter what.
I don't know, man.
Because the timing wouldn't line up for somebody to just keep reusing the same last name.
What?
No.
Okay.
Ow. No, the time doesn't... No, it actually doesn't work like that, though.
Okay. Anyways. I'm so curious why you're just like, this is a fine movie.
Like, I don't know. I
know you're like, not a lot happens, but the plot's always pushing forward.
True. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it again. Like, I wasn't saying anything as in bad. I'm not even saying it's mediocre. I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe
I'm just trying to be that annoying film guy who's like, oh, but actually.
But I mean, I think anything we would argue about, you couldn't. But actually, me.
What do you mean?
Well, no, like I don't really have anything to bring up like that. I'm just saying if it was something, it would be like, I don't know, something about the actual mythology. You couldn't but actually me on that.
But actually, I have
you know what I'm annoyed about?
What?
I get that he is very stuck on the idea of the fates, and like the Norns do pull the threads of fate. They do.
He also talked to multiple spirits.
Right.
Who were like, you are going to kill him out of like a day of ash, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or day of fire in ash.
The issue I still have is it's also always been a thing. Fate can be rewritten. He made a mistake.
He doesn't know this. He's literally in the middle of a myth.
Well, no, he does know this. Because he was on the ship leaving and nothing was going to happen. He could have just left. I would have picked leaving with Anya Taylor-Joy rather than going and committing atrocities.
I can't lie. Same here.
Like, I don't know, man. Your kid's coming and...
I was like, Anya Taylor-Joy, not only are you leaving a boat with her, she has your kid.
Right, like, I don't know. But whatever. Go get your vengeance, I guess, and die in the process and lose everything and...
Well, no, but I think that's like... the key, like.
No, and I also understand
Theme.
being truly, when your fate has been, whether you choose to believe in that specific part of anything, you know, fate is all predetermined, which isn't how it works. The entire story is that fate can be changed. The Norns are still the ones pulling the strings, and just like, what are they called in Greek mythology?
The Fates.
Is it just the Fates? That's boring.
I think so. They're like 3 witches that are like.
Well, yeah, I mean, that part is exactly the same. The Norns
Yeah, in mythology, the Fates are also known as the Moirai. 3
ah,
goddesses who identify themselves as destiny, weaving the threads of human life, and the Roman counterpart to learn.
but yeah, like
For,
they are
there's
still
2.
weaving the threads because the threads can change.
Mhm.
But I do like, I get when you've spent whatever 20 years being told that this is what will happen.
Mhm.
Now it's just locked in your brain that you have to make that happen, good or bad.
Well, I also think it's a main part of the story is like obviously the theme is fate in this whole film,
Yes.
but the idea of him skirting fate or like things happening around him that will skirt fate at the same time as him being so dead set on it is such an interesting like dynamic because like his whole last 10 15 years have been him literally repeating to himself, I will kill you, Fenrir, I will save you, mother. And to find out that his mother is the one who actually killed her, like basically orchestrated the death of her, his father, that skirts fate, the fate
Yeah.
that he has set out for himself. And then the idea of Olga being there and having a child and falling in love with Olga, and that being like he can leave. He can just leave now and just leave this in all the past. He can make a whole new
To
life
be
for her.
fair though, the
But he's
entire thing with Olga and the kid was also fated by the just the first witch we meet. Remember
yeah.
because he freaks
What was
out
the
about
second
it
one?
because the maiden king
Mm-hmm.
that will rise after his fate is complete, which is just his kid.
Yeah, but it's after his fate is complete, so he feels like his fate needs to be complete at the point.
Right.
But I think that there's also you can take the tree here and be like, hey, this kid can still happen. I can live my life freely from my own jail, own prison that I made, and just leave. But
Right.
deciding to skirt into fate, to finally take your revenge for your father in the volcano, nude, but take your revenge. I think it's such a cool concept and such a nice dynamic that they have in the film.
Yeah. Alexander Skarsgård freaks me out. One, I hate his posture. Freaks me out.
That's Hulking.
No, not the hulking. Because hulking's one thing, but he doesn't hulk. He just has his neck bent weird. Only his neck, and it freaks me out. That's not how humans work.
He's trying to blend in when he's this massive man. I think he's like 6'5", like 280, full of just muscle. You can't just hide that, but he's trying to hide himself.
But it's
He's
just
trying to
the
act
worst possible way. And then there's this thing, and I didn't understand. Why would he be trying to hide himself? The last time they saw you, you were 12 years old. Not a single person's going to know what the fuck you look like. And
Jake,
also, you haven't gone by the same name. You haven't done any. Nobody could possibly recognize you. It's not possible.
Geek, have you been recognized in public?
No.
From people from like your middle school days?
No. I don't get. So I would have graduated high school in 2017. In 2020, people didn't recognize me.
Okay, yeah.
So no. And so I don't know. Do you look that closely to how you did when you were 12? Because I guess what? He doesn't.
I mean, I got recognized from middle school and like I have a beard, I have a whole new name, like I'm
a whole new name.
Yeah, people know this.
The duck.
Anyways, yeah, the duck. But like, he's still trying to hide himself. He's just trying to blend in. He's trying to make sure that he doesn't out himself as, Amaleth.
But nobody's gonna know.
That's his mother. Literally, she recognizes him the moment that he's in her quarters.
No, she doesn't. She does after he says who he is, and then she goes, oh, Amleth?
He says, "I am your son." But like,
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. He says, "I am your son." That doesn't give anything away.
She's got 4 more.
She knows the other ones.
Get all dead.
Good God. And he killed her too.
True. There is this really interesting thing. I don't know if it's true. Again, I'm gonna say this because I recognized it when I was watching this. So when they're playing the fucking hockey, Quidditch, whatever you fucking call it, game.
Yeah.
When he's like weaving in and out, I think that's the same movement he does when he's breaking the village. Like the same exact moment.
Interesting. Maybe.
I think. I'm not gonna be like, oh,
I don't know.
This is
I didn't catch that, so I don't know.
But I think it is.
But I also can't lie. I got very distracted in this movie.
Yeah, I tell Joyce in it. Yeah.
Well, no, I had to pause the movie and go at like 3 in the morning and go pick up my niece. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loser.
Whoa. Yeah.
I do think this movie is a little funny at certain points in time. Like again, like, during the Quidditch game, because his team slowly peters out, and he's just kind of like, I'm just here.
Yeah.
His team just starts dying, and he's just like, all right. And he starts killing their team. So,
he doesn't commit no moida.
He murders a lot of people.
Not one time. It's vengeance.
I don't know about you, but I don't know if that was vengeance in the town he was raiding.
Oh, well, that's just going a Viking.
Yeah, going a Viking usually includes murder and worse things. Not worse things than murder. Equally as bad thing as murder.
I don't know.
If they're equally as bad as murder?
What's so bad about a little murder? No.
I'm talking about the other stuff that's included in the murder and burning and taking out people.
Yeah, well. I don't know, man.
Oh, you know me.
I get it. Every group of humans ever sucks. We can't fix that. We just gotta keep pushing.
I thought we were doing pretty good, like, in our generation until recently, so.
Bro hadn't been paying attention.
I thought we were doing better than, the last generation.
No, I don't. But let's keep pushing. I'm looking at trivia. There any cool trivia?
Yeah. Nicole Kidman's in there. She's also in the AMC stuff.
Yes.
And I'm sorry. And anytime I see Nicole Kidman's face nowadays, and I just see the fucking AMC, like, we come here for the stories.
Wait, what?
Do you have an AMC?
No. I've never been to one.
So Nicole Kidman is in AMC promo stuff.
Oh.
Every start of the movie, and again, if Jake is watching this, he'll tell you. Every start of every movie at AMC will start with her promo of her like talking about how glorious the movies are. It's quite like cringy after you watch it 14 times in a year, but I literally anytime I see Nicole Kidman's face nowadays, I just think of that. It's hard to get out of my head.
Fair enough.
Huh.
The original. Oh. Interesting.
The original what?
No, because you had said that this was the original like Hamlet story. I didn't know that the actual original story was just called Amleth.
Yeah.
He didn't even. Wow, Shakespeare really didn't try that hard to even change the name, did he?
And with Hamlet, it's not that.
He literally.
There's H and mixed letters.
No, the H is in Amleth. He literally just took the H from the end and moved it forward. And here we go. That's it. He moved one letter from the end to the beginning.
Yeah, he didn't try with this at all.
Wow.
To be or not to be, fucking suck these nuts. How about that? Oh.
Insane. That's tough.
You're tough.
Oh, this movie is also what made Eggers hate studio movies.
Yeah. Because studios suck dick, bro. The reason people deal with like I think we went over this a few episodes ago. The only reason the directors deal with fucking studios is because they need money. And studios have money, a lot of it.
Yeah.
Except for Warner Brothers, it's always going fucking bankrupt.
Fair.
And doing tax cuts for stupid reasons. I fucking hate Warner Brothers. I'm so sorry. I just fucking hate them.
I mean, fair enough, I guess. I feel like this is gonna end up as our shortest episode, but yeah, this movie made $0. It made negative monies.
I didn't get much promotion. I remember that. Like I thought I saw like one, maybe two trailers. I think I had to search out for the second trailer to show my ex when we went to go see it. But yeah, like this was like right after the movies were starting to come back. Like even now, movies still haven't made a full rebound from before COVID, from COVID.
Right.
But they're closer now. I think 2025 might be the biggest year since then. Projected at least. 2024 was pretty big. But like this is like right after it was not going to make money at all. But this was a big budget film. It was 69, 68 million dollars.
No, the budget for this movie was 70, and it grossed 69.63.
Yeah, it didn't make money.
It didn't even make its money back.
But to complete your vision and still, do it during COVID, I think is mighty impressive.
That's fair.
But also, this is cheaper than a lot of movies to make. So.
Oh yeah, I was speaking about it a minute ago. I gotta finish my thought. Alexander Skarsgård scares me. Because every once in a while when he would talk, I just heard his dad.
The one from Thor?
Yes.
I'm making sure that's the same Skarsgård.
Stellan Skarsgård, yes.
Well, you know what's even funnier? His brother is also a terrifying person.
Why is his brother terrifying?
Bill Skarsgård, his brother, Pennywise?
Oh, well, I just didn't like.
I know, but I'm saying,
like, Pennywise, why is he freaky to you?
Because his brother's fucking Pennywise.
He puts on makeup and dances like an idiot. Okay.
And he was Count Orlok for a Robert Eggers film.
But yeah, I don't know. But
running Eggers.
Interesting family there.
I'm listening to fucking Baldur's Gate music all of a sudden. This is the DJ too. What the fuck?
Legendary. But yeah. Every once in a while I just heard Stellan's voice and it freaked me out. I was like, wait.
I love all the actors. I can name so many fucking actors that you do not know that are prevalent nowadays. You're like Stellan Skarsgård. I know that guy. I know his voice. Is he like a voice actor in like
no,
Call of Duty or something?
I don't know how many times I have to say this. Watch Andor.
Oh yeah, he was in Andor.
I was hearing like it would just be like a word that matched up with the monologue that he does in Andor, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then I'm like, that's not the same guy.
Skarsgård.
But I did have to look it up. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? And then I figured out that it was his son, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, that tracks.
Skarsgårds are immensely talented. Do not know what they put in the fucking food over there, but
no, but like Stellan's monologue that he has in Andor, one of the greatest things in all of fiction. So good.
I think this is one of the greatest pieces of fiction.
What if it's not fiction?
I'm pretty sure this is fiction.
Why?
never mind the whole Valhalla thing, because it goes to Valhalla.
That could
Uh,
happen. Can you prove that it can't?
I'm also pretty sure the volcano didn't erupt at that time. Unless it's like Mount St. Helena. That might be
I mean,
Mount St.
it's
Helena.
literally the volcano in Iceland that erupts like every other week. It probably did.
There's a volcano that erupts that often?
There are a lot of volcanoes that erupt that often.
Well, yeah, but those are underwater volcanoes. We don't give a shit about those. We should the ones that have
But
fucking lava in them.
hold on, volcano.
I don't even know if it's Iceland. It could be fucking.
It was Iceland.
That could be England. That could have been England.
It wasn't. It was Iceland. They very explicitly say Iceland in the movie.
Iceland when they go to the fucking island. I don't fucking remember. Well, they're in such a nice place when they when he's taking over the village and then he.
The village is in Iceland. All of it is Iceland. The volcano is.
Rains?
Oh no, that's not in Iceland. That's
what I'm saying.
That's somewhere else.
I want to listen to fucking Persona 3 music. I already made a video about how much I. Okay, we're just gonna listen to the Batman soundtrack.
That. Okay, I found the name of the volcano.
What's the name of the volcano?
Give me some eruption facts. This volcano erupted the last time in February of 2000. It has erupted in my lifetime. That's incredible.
Not mine, old ass bitch.
It also erupted as far as we no fuck it. 1991, 1980, and 1981.
A geek. I wasn't alive back then, so.
Well, I'm trying to see.
We need another Pompeii. I think we need another Pompeii.
We really don't.
Why? With the technology we have nowadays, no one's gonna die from Pompeii. It just look cool.
But yeah, we know of more than 20 eruptions since the year 1210.
Well, this takes place in 1000.
So
fuck you.
It was probably erupting back then also. These are just the ones that are written down that we know for sure.
Okay. Well, but Olga is a witch and she does magic.
Witches still exist now.
Yeah, we do.
Have you ever been cursed by a witch?
Yeah, actually I have.
Yeah, okay. Did it not affect you at all?
No.
Oh, then you didn't get cursed, or they weren't a real witch.
I work in healthcare. I deal with psychosis all the time.
That's not the same thing at all.
No, but she said she's a witch, so.
Well, okay.
I can give you a story off camera.
No, I was just gonna say I can say I'm a lot of things. That doesn't make it true.
You're saying, have you been cursed by a witch? I said, yeah, because
that's not a witch. That's someone in a psych ward. There are two different things.
Well, have you been cursed by a witch?
Yes.
Was it just a goth bitch with rocks?
No, with rocks.
God, people are gonna hate us.
when what magic did Olga do? She gave them mushrooms that made them go insane. That's not magic. That's a real thing.
That's alchemy, which is real magic.
So, what? Right. A lot of the things that got you called a witch before were just science. People just didn't understand it.
She's a woman who could read.
Right. The only thing you can say is the talking to spirits thing, but they also literally did drugs moments before that. So that's just an acid trip, man. Or LSD or some other fucking drug. They were doing ayahuasca. They saw the Hat Man.
And he said he's going to Minnesota.
No.
Signing a 4-year deal, $20 million each for $80 million in total.
You're
up
the
to $100 million
dumbest.
in bonuses.
But no, but no.
This could be real if you're willing to accept gods and Valhalla and.
Well, I've mostly accepted parts of that. So.
completely different term I don't want to talk about right now. Uh,
But I mean, it's bad for me to accept those gods, but we can accept the other ones just
I
fine.
didn't say you. I didn't say it's bad for you to accept anything. I just said you fuck off.
Technically, you don't have to accept any of that for this to be true.
That's my god.
You don't have to accept any of that for that to be true, Grayson. You have to accept a king getting murdered, his son fleeing and then coming back 20 years later and committing murder. That's it. That's all you really need to which I feel like could be pretty true. You don't. Sure that none of the mythology has to actually be true for the story to be true. They could have still believed in the mythology whether it was real or not. Like,
we see the Valkyrie. We see the visions of the future. We see the fates and.
Oh, many people claim to have visions of the future. That's literally deja vu.
No.
Yeah, because you've seen this thing and then it happens later. That's visions of the future.
No, deja vu is you feel that you've seen this before, not that you have seen this before.
Well, it's both. If you feel like you've seen it before, you did see it before.
No.
Whether it was in a dream or in a thing.
You kill someone in the street. Did you kill someone in the street? No.
Well, later when you see me kill someone in the street and you saw it in a dream, you did see it, and then you really saw it.
Also, I don't think that's the exact definition of deja vu.
It's a book.
Deja vu. Despite a strong sense of recollection, the time and place, and the context of the previous experience are uncertain or impossible.
Yes.
It literally means that you have not experienced it. It's impossible to have experienced it before.
Well, no, it's impossible for you to have experienced it, but you've seen it before in a dream or in a vision. In a manic episode. You're weak. Dude, this episode's going to get us canceled.
No, we haven't said that just inflammatory things. It's been a lot of drugs and it's less penis talk than the Deadpool episode.
Good God.
We talked about the angry German man, but we didn't mention him by name, and we absolutely talked about how he's fucking wrong and that he's a fucking loser.
Yeah, true. What the hell was I talking about? I don't know. Stellan Skarsgård.
His son Alexander Skarsgård is fucking ripped.
True. Not okay.
With how ripped he is? No, give him a fucking sandwich. Talked about this with the Fight Club. He's probably dehydrated.
Well, no, he's definitely dehydrated, especially for that final fight. Both of those guys they hadn't drank or ate in 2 days.
Probably.
But
this movie fucks though. I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's all right.
It
was fine. It was mediocre. I hated it. No. You gotta just talk your way down. Yeah, it's a good movie. It was all right. It was fine. It was mediocre. It sucked. I fucking hated it. I wish it died.
And without giving away how you fully felt about the next film we talk about, is this better or worse than the next film we can talk about?
Dude, I don't want to talk about the next film anymore. I regret wasting 2 hours.
Wasn't a 2-hour film, but all right,
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. You rounded it up way too much.
No, I didn't.
Did you watch Sunday Cut, buddy?
I don't know. I watched the one that was on Disney Plus.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to Disney Plus because that's gonna be easier.
The bird. God.
Yeah, no. Oh fuck! I can't get on to. God damn it.
I'm watching the trailer for the Northman right now on IMDb, and
yeah, Grayson, the runtime of Daredevil 2013 is 2 hours and 13 minutes. You dumb motherfucker.
No.
I'm reading it off of Google, but he's gonna Google it himself.
Yeah, I'm going to Google myself. Grayson Duck. It was not. No. I thought that was a lot shorter than that. Anyways, we'll talk about next week. Speaking of next week, Geek.
Huh.
I was gonna give that a shot. I'm confused.
Yeah, you took a long pause. If you're doing the outro, do the outro.
Hi, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Dueling Pages podcast. Let us know what you guys think of the Northman. Let us know if you think Geek's a dumbass.
What did I do?
Yeah, fuck you. That's what. Next week we're gonna be talking about Daredevil 2003, just in time for the finale of Daredevil Born Again. Because I'm cool and I figured out what time or day that Daredevil ends. I'm giving myself
As much as
props.
I like Born Again, I'm more excited for the day that ends because that's the day Andor comes out.
Anyways, fuck you. Yeah, let us know what you guys think down below. But next week we talk about Daredevil. Until then, bye bye.